Dear children, we finished with the numericals based on average propensity to consume, marginal propensity to consume, marginal propensity to save and average propensity to save, and few problems based on consumption and saving function. Now we will move on to a new topic, that is derivation of saving curve from consumption curve and consumption curve from the saving curve. Now in the last few classes we learned how to draw a saving curve and a consumption curve. Now today we will learn how to derive a consumption curve from the saving curve and a saving curve from a consumption curve. Now first we will discuss with derivation of consumption curve from a saving curve. How to derive consumption curve from a saving curve. Now we will see the steps one by one. Draw 45-degree line from the origin. That is the first one. So what are we trying to do here? We are trying to derive consumption curve from the saving curve. So saving curve have to be drawn first, and from the saving curve we are going to derive consumption curve. Derivation of consumption curve from the saving curve. Okay, so for that what is asked to do first? Draw a 45-degree line from the origin. What is a 45-degree line? What do you mean by that? To draw AS curve, aggregate supply. We have learned aggregate supply curve is a 45-degree line. So we are asked to draw aggregate supply. So we will first draw that. .45-degree line we have drawn, not with the exact measurement I have drawn. So draw the 45-degree line from the origin. That is over. That task is done. Next, draw saving curve in figure 2. So this is figure 1 and next one we are going to draw as figure 2. This is figure 2. Okay. Now you know saving curve will be drawn like this, right? It starts from the negative axis. Okay. Now what is the next step given? Take OC equal to OS on the y-axis. What is meant by that? This is O, this is S. Saving curve always starts from this y-axis. So this is OS. So what is given here as a second step? Take OC equal to OS. What is OS? OS comes in saving curve and OC comes in consumption. So this is OS. So this part is OS. With the same measurement you have to take it for OC. Okay, so OC is done here. So measurement of OS and OC will be the same. Okay, so take OC we have taken equal to the measurement of OS on the y-axis. Definitely it is on the y-axis. This gives the starting point C on the consumption curve. Yes, this gives the starting point. This gives the starting point C as the consumption curve. Now what is the next step written? Draw a perpendicular from point B intersecting the 45-degree line at point B1. Draw a perpendicular from point B. This can be termed as a point B. Now to draw that, what is the step given here? Draw a perpendicular. To draw a perpendicular we draw the arc, right? Draw a perpendicular from point B intersecting the 45-degree line at point B. So from point this B1, so from point B, this is point B, you have to draw a perpendicular in such a way that it touches what? this 45-degree line with a new point as B1. So what you can do is, you can draw a line to this area and mark it as what? Point B1. Okay, where you can take the, you can draw an arc and draw a perpendicular and mark it as point B1. See, draw a perpendicular from point B intersecting the 45-degree line. So, I have drawn a line from point B intersecting the 45-degree line. This is already intersecting the 45-degree line at point B1. Join points C and B1 to get the consumption curve. So, this is point B1. Join these points C and B1 to get the consumption curve. That means from here you have to join to get the consumption curve. This is how we derive the consumption curve from the saving curve. I hope it is clear to you. That is, first step we will learn once again. Draw 45-degree line from the origin. That means you have to draw the aggregate supply curve. Draw 45-degree line from the origin. Once again I am showing it to you, 45-degree line. Then comes the next step. Draw saving curve in figure 2. So this is figure 1 and figure 2 we have to draw the saving curve. Why we are drawing the saving curve? Because from the saving curve we have to draw the consumption curve. So, saving curve will be drawn from the y-axis, negative intercept, because of this saving, because we know this is autonomous consumption part, isn't it? So, this saving. Okay. So, it starts from the, it shows a negative intercept. So, it starts from here. Now, the next step is take OC equal to OS. That means this is the OS, right? This part is OS, starting point of saving curve is S. So, take this equal measurement of OS to OC to draw consumption curve. The same measurement has to be taken to OC. So, measure that OC. OC is ready and that is a starting point of the consumption curve. So, that is a starting point C on the consumption curve. Draw a perpendicular from point B. Which is point B? Point B is this one. The intersection point is point B. Draw a perpendicular from here. So, you can just connect it like this. Drawing the perpendicular means drawing an arc using the compass and the pencil. You can draw a perpendicular and join point B to B1. Now, to the 45-degree line. From point B, you have to draw a perpendicular in such a way that it intersects the 45-degree line. This is the 45-degree line and mark it as point B1. Now, join points C and B1 to get the consumption curve. Now you have to join C and B1 to get the consumption curve. So, this is the consumption curve. So, we have derived the consumption curve from the saving curve. Now, next is derivation of saving curve from consumption curve. Just as we have derived consumption curve from the saving curve, we have to derive saving curve from the consumption curve. So, for that we have to draw consumption curve first and then we have to derive the saving curve from that. So, let us read the steps for that. Draw a 45-degree line from the origin, which again means what? You have to draw aggregate supply curve or income curve, because you know AS is equal to Y. So, we will do that. Or 45-degree line. Then what is asked to be done? Next is draw a consumption curve which starts from point C, because we have to draw consumption curve, then only we can derive saving curve from the consumption curve. Okay, I am drawing the consumption curve with C as a measurement. Then comes the next one. Take OS equal to OC on the y-axis. This will be the starting point of the saving curve. Okay, you know this is OC. Okay, with the same measurement we have to take it for OS. This is O. So, the same measurement has to be taken for OS. So, this is how we draw OS. So, I have taken OS here. Now, draw a perpendicular from point B on the consumption curve This is point B on the consumption curve intersecting point B1. Point B1 should intersect where it has to intersect the x-axis on the second diagram at point B1. Draw a perpendicular from point B1. From point B you have to draw a perpendicular in such a way that it touches the x-axis at point B of the second diagram. This is the second figure and this is the first figure. So you have to construct a perpendicular, you have to draw a perpendicular based on that using a pencil and compass and mark this touching point as B1 in the second diagram. Then what is asked to find out? Join points S and B1 to get the saving curve. This is point B1. So join S and B1 to get the saving curve. This is how we derive the saving curve from consumption curve. So to derive saving curve from consumption curve, first you have to draw the 45-degree line and the consumption curve, and from that you have to construct the saving curve. So point once again I will explain it to you. To derive saving curve from the consumption curve, draw aggregate supply curve first with the 45-degree. Then you have to draw the consumption curve which starts from the y-axis. Take OC with the same measurement OS in the second diagram. Then draw a perpendicular from this point B in such a way that it touches the x-axis at point B1 in the second diagram. Then join this S and B1 with a line to get the saving curve. This is how we draw the saving curve from the consumption curve. So this is all about the derivation of consumption curve from the saving curve and saving curve from the consumption curve. To derive the consumption curve from the saving curve, you have to draw saving curve first and take the measurement equivalent to OS to OC. And to derive saving curve from the consumption curve, you have to draw consumption curve first and take the measurement of OC to OS and connect the points after constructing the perpendicular, after drawing the perpendicular. Fine. So I hope it is clear to you. You have to draw it at home and see whether you are getting the exact points. Thank you.